Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel today for another video on the Bronco series. You can see I'm standing outside the F350 dually 6.0 donor truck here. And if you watched the last video, I said I was going to actually use this for the Bronco and be putting this motor in the Bronco, the transmission, and so forth. Those donor parts like the axles are going to be going under there as well. So today we're going to be tearing this thing down pretty much to nothing. So if you like destruction or seeing that sort of thing, this is definitely a good video for you. I think you'll find it entertaining to see how far I'm going to strip this piece down, because there's not really going to be that much left when I'm done with it. So good truck overall, had a good long 18 years of life as a 2003, but it's rusty up here. It's not really worth much just because of it's kind of really rusty. The cab is pretty much shot under there, all the rockers, it's all trashed. So the truck is ready to be moved on and be parted out, and I figure, it's a perfect donor truck. So let's get started. I just want to give one last walk around of this truck, just in case people haven't seen it and they're new to the channel. Because today will be the last day that this truck is a viable truck for the street. It's going to be, like I said, torn completely apart. But it's for good reason. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, that's such a waste of a truck. But really, for what this truck is and how rusty it is, cab corners are gone, all the doors need to be replaced. The floor pan, the rockers, the inner rockers, it's all crumbling away. And like the bed, all the bed rails have to be replaced. It's just, it's not worth that much money up here. There's a fine point between parting it out and selling it. And for what I'd make back and selling it as a full truck, it's like I said, I need the parts anyway for the Bronco. So it just makes sense for me to keep them, and then there will be a bunch of other people who will end up taking some parts off of it. And it's really going to help everyone out because, like I said, it's just rusty and it's not worth that much. So the interior too, let me show you that. It's actually in pretty good shape. Seats aren't ripped. Pretty clean in here. You see like clear coats peeling and stuff, but yeah, that's just what it is. So it's a good donor truck, so let's get started. Well, here's what's left of the truck. For now, at least. It's not even halfway there, really. Got the bed off, which was kind of a pain in the butt. I don't know why he picked it up with the excavator from the side, but I almost lost the bed there in that process. But we got it off relatively without damaging it, so that's a good thing. That's going to be going either today or tomorrow. I think I got a buyer lined up for that. And then here's just the rest of the truck. Well, I will say it, that went not that bad considering the circumstances I used to lift it. Originally, like I said, I wanted to do the excavator, but that's out on the job site today. So this is all I had. And then I had this, and it did it okay. It was all right. But man, I get nervous when it's up there. I don't know how many pounds it is, but when that thing's hanging up there, it's kind of nerve-wracking because if it drops, it could be bad. But I guess you got to do what you got to do. I'm willing to do what it takes, and whatever I got to do, I will get the job done. So here we go. This is the old Honda Foreman. I did a good job pulling it, and now I can get to everything that I want before the rest of it basically goes to scrap. I can take the motor and tranny out, take the axles, and then I got all the wires already pretty much. So that was pretty successful. Alright, now we're getting to the end of the video here, and before I go, I just want to show you the engine and wrap some things up. This was by far the quickest truck teardown I've ever done. 3 days between me driving the truck and then the frame going off the scrap. You imagine that, 3 days. I took every last wire off of that truck. I didn't cut any wires, I took them off the traditional way. The old school, take all the grommets off and all the retainers, and I took them as full harnesses. So every single wire came off the truck. Every single last bolt came off the cab. Even I'm talking little small brackets like the coolant bottle bracket, the PCM bracket, everything came off that truck. The frame, there was nothing left. Literally nothing left. I wish I got a picture of the cab because it was so bare. There was all the holes in the firewall from the heater box missing, the brake pedal missing, everything like that. There was everything. I took everything off that truck. So that being said, that was just insanely fast for me to do it. Usually I would do it in like a week or something, take my time, but I was quick. And I'm still a full-time student. I take classes during the day. So every free second I got went into this, trying to get this thing done. And if I didn't have those classes and stuff, probably 2 days I could have done that. But without having really the proper lift and everything, I still got the job done. So I'm happy with the 3 days, and I mean, I just wanted to hustle, get it done quick. I'm really excited to get this thing in the Bronco. I know a lot of my subscribers are. I got people messaging me like, man, no way you're gonna put that 6.0 in there, and no way you're gonna make it a dually and all of that. And then I'm just like, I'm not joking. This is gonna be done. And I know those guys are just as excited as I am, because I'm literally like trying to get this done as quickly as I can, but obviously not sacrifice the quality. But I'm just excited. I just want to turn that key and fire that thing up and just hear it go down the road. But let me bring you up here real quick for a quick look at this engine, more in depth and my plans real quick, and then we'll wrap up the video. All right, so here is the engine, transmission, and transfer case assembly. It's probably a good 8 feet from front all the way to back, and it's a lot for this thing to pick up. It was pretty unbalanced, had to put carts under it. I would have rather just done it with the forks. I kind of wish I did that, but oh well. But anyway, here's the engine, and my plans are for this before I put it in the Bronco, because I'm looking to do this quick to get that back in and just get that key to turn and make sure this thing actually goes down the road before I really start putting money into this engine. I'm gonna do ARP studs, and I know the 6.0 guys are not gonna like this. I'm gonna stud this one at a time, but don't worry, just for now, until I get the body off of the Bronco, which will be a couple weeks to probably at max 2 months, probably not even. I'm gonna get that body up, and then I'll be back in the same situation I'm in now, and that will be after that Bronco's already been proven running and driving. Then I'm gonna go back and do new head gaskets, new O-ringed heads, and then ARP studs, which I would already have at that point, and then put it on. Seal the head gaskets and not have to deal with that shit anymore. But what I'm gonna do is, I mean, you know how I am. I'm putting a 6.0 in a Bronco. I like cool things. I want to see what happens. I'm gonna put the head studs one at a time. There's mixed opinions all over the internet on this, and I'm gonna run it and see what happens over as long as I can until really like it's time for me to do the body and stuff. I'm gonna see what happens, and then of course if I blow head gasket, it is what it is. If I don't, then that is what it is too. But if I blow a head gasket, I'm gonna play it smart. Obviously, I'm not gonna beat the crap out of the thing with a blown head gasket. But I just want to see. I want to see what happens one at a time. And then for now, what I'm doing too is the VGT solenoid that's gonna come out. That's an Amazon one, just to see if it would have worked. I'm gonna put a Ford one in, and then pretty much all the gaskets and everything. I'm gonna replace everything and do the lower end. That's gonna get resealed, and then the transmission is going to get service, transfer case is going to get a service. I don't know if people know either too, but there's a seal in between here that goes onto the input shaft of the transfer case. And when that goes bad, transmission fluid passes in between, and then rapidly you'll lose transmission fluid, and you're going to be thinking you're chasing a leak somewhere, but you're really not, because it's just passing into here. And then this thing fills up with transmission fluid from this guy. And that's just a simple fix. I'm going to do that so I never have to do that again. And just pretty much everything that I can do to make this thing reliable. I mean, I want to get in it when I'm really done with it. And then, like, if I need to drive 100 miles, then I will. But for now, let's see how the one stud at a time goes. I really have nothing to lose doing that. So I'm going to do it. Just other standard 6.0 stuff, upgrades. Eventually probably Mishimoto radiator, and then just pretty much everything else that it needs to be reliable. All right, so now that you've seen more of the motor, you saw the whole teardown. Hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you are new, definitely go down there right now in that bottom right corner, hit that red subscribe button, and turn on that bell for notifications, because then next week when I publish the next video, you get to see that. And speaking in terms of that, every time I'm publishing these videos, for example, by the time you guys see this and I get it out to YouTube, I'm already a week or two ahead. So the Bronco is going to be torn down. This will probably be making its way into the Bronco by the time you even see this video. So definitely go down there so you don't miss it. Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern time, you'll get a notification when the video comes out. And just stay up to date on the weekly videos. So hope you guys enjoy. Hope you're excited to see more. And that's it. I'll see you guys next week.